Okay, welcome to module 8. At the moment, this is going to be module 8, although I might decide to move things around. But this is very exciting. So you might find this module here, module 4 or 5. So I don't fully know yet. But this is one of the, if not the most exciting module, because it's the art of writing, recording videos and talking to generate more sales. So when we talk about the word copywriting, it's the art essentially of writing to generate sales. Now, technically speaking, if you're talking about recording a video, is it copywriting or recording, copy recording? Well, I don't know. But essentially, I will use the word copywriting, but it would mean producing content with the purpose of generating sales. Okay, so whether you post on Instagram with pictures and you write like the post, that's still copywriting. If you record a video or a podcast, that's still copywriting for the purpose of this video here. Now, obviously, like I put that in there once again. Now, your mindset. What is your mindset in here? Well, your mindset is you're always selling. In every interaction among humans, one person does the sale and the other buys. Okay, so they might simply sell you the reason why they don't want your service. Okay, and that's very possible. So you're talking to someone, you end up not making the sale, they're not gonna book up the health consultation with you. In that scenario, they did sell you that they did not want your services. Rather than you selling them your services, they did sell you something or the opposite. And this happens all the time. Okay, so it's very important for us to be able to understand. Okay, and copywriting is about action and doing it more and more and more. Okay, no one is an absolute genius in copy without trying. So the first videos, the first post, the first sales page, the first sales letter, they are not going to be really good the first time you do them. I mean, unless you're born like a copywriter, I guess, but in most cases they're not going to be very good, and that's fine. Okay, so you watch this video here and another one I will record, like part B essentially. You learn the basics and then you start writing. And the more you write, the better you will become. Okay, the more you write, the better it will be. Okay, there is no one important aspect when I say writing to generate sales. There is zero creativity here. Okay, like creativity is the deathbed of copywriting. Okay, you just need to follow the blueprints, which are like proven blueprints to work. I've been working among like several different industries, and make them integral part of your communication. So you need to become capable of talking copywriting, like breathing copywriting, like writing copywriting all the time. Very, very important. Very, very important. Okay, now let me be very clear. So let's begin with an important aspect. More important than copywriting is your offer. Okay, and in this program here, there are free workshops in the bonus section of the course regarding how to create the irresistible offer. Okay, so in this video here, I will go through like the basics of the offer, but if you want the whole workshop with like writing your like ultimate offer as a nutrition professional or health professional, it is in the bonus section of the course, and they are free workshop. Okay, but truth to be told, like a good offer can sell even with bad copy. Okay, imagine you have someone who has just spent 6 hours in the desert with no water, no food, like barely like covered, and they reach your stand, your water stand just outside of the desert, and the stand has like some writing which says, "Come and buy our water. It is room temperature, a bit stale because it comes from yesterday as well, but it's absolutely safe and healthy, so you're not gonna get any poison, any problem with that. $5 a bottle." The person looks around. You're the only choice. They are like so thirsty. What do you think will happen? They aren't gonna buy. Like, I mean, perhaps not everyone, but 95% of them will buy the water bottle for you, even if the price, as you can see, it's a bit too much for a water bottle, right? And even if it clearly, like, the copy is not good, defining your like room temperature a bit stale, but if they're parched, they're gonna come and drink your water. Okay, now compare this with another, the opposite. Our ice comes from the cleanest peaks of the Antarctica, a place where no humans have ever been before. 50 pence or 50 cents a bag. And try to go to an Inuit tribe and try to sell these to them. And they will be like, we don't need your ice. Okay, that's exactly the idea. So offer always beats copy. But it's very important to understand that offer plus copy makes the situation really much better. Now, technically speaking, I put here, could you still sell something which is garbage by using copywriting? Yes, you could, but it would mean you're scamming people. And obviously we don't teach how to scam people. And in the long run, this will hurt you very badly and your karma will destroy you. So don't do that. It's really not something useful. Okay, second most important thing before copywriting is obviously the market. Okay, even the best offer will tank if sold to the wrong market. Okay, I believe over the course of the last 5 years, I have created like the ultimate Candida program, which is very hard to say no to. But imagine me trying to sell my Candida program to someone who doesn't have Candida, has migraines. That would mean try to sell an irresistible offer to a market which is the wrong market. People would be like, I don't want your Candida stuff. Do you have something for migraines? Okay, so when it comes to the market, remember essentially the 5 crucial steps of a good market. Number 1, they need to have strong pain related to the health condition they're dealing with, okay? And when I mean pain, it means emotional pain as well. So it doesn't have to be physical pain, like, I don't know, agonizing knee pain. It could simply be like tinnitus. It's not painful per se, but it's extremely, extremely annoying, okay? They need to have a strong desire to solve the problem. Very, very important. Strong desire to solve it, because if they're not willing to invest their time and effort to solve it, well, you're not going to sell to them, or you're going to be hard to do that. Step 3, they need to have the money to buy your offer. Obviously, if you're trying to sell something to someone who doesn't have enough money, well, they might love it, they might love it, they might have the desire to buy it, but it's not gonna work, right? Like, let's say you have the ultimate video game and you try to sell them to someone who's like 9 years old and they don't have a weekly allowance. They're not going to be able to buy it, and you need to speak with their parents for them to be able to buy it. Okay, so obviously always speak with the people with the money to buy your offer. Okay, now another important aspect, are there enough people in the world or within the market you're trying to target? Let's say one person is building a business in Italian, so you can only target people who speak Italian, which could probably around 65 to 70 million around the world. So are there enough people who speak Italian with a specific health condition, let's say Candida, to sustain a 20 to 30 years long career? So, because if your business is working, well, you might have ahead of you like 20, 30, even 40 years of a career. Now, granted, could you change your niche in your market after a few years, after you master that and you are running out of potential clients? Yes, you can, but it would mean starting from scratch. So generally, it's better to pick something that you can go on until you want. If you decide to retire after 5 or 10 years, by all means do it. But try to see, are there enough people in the world? Obviously, don't pick a health condition where there are like 1,000 people in the whole world, because it will become very difficult for you to be able to build a longer career. Step 5, very important. Are these people on social media? Which mostly means YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Anchor, and all of the other social media we have discussed so far. Why? Because all of your organic traffic, which means the traffic you're not going to pay, comes from social media. But even your paid traffic, well, I'm sorry, but if you can't do Facebook ads or YouTube ads or Google ads or Instagram ads, where are you going to do that? Like, are you going to do radio ads? I don't know if that works. Like, it's not something I've ever done, so it's not designed. This program is not designed to work like that. Okay, so the majority of people are on social media, but not everyone is on social media. So you need to understand that that's something very important. I would say the majority of people in the West are on social media, not all around the world. Now, let's go through once again quickly the offers. Now I have essentially like 5 offers in here, and if you want to have all of them, it's in the bonus section in the first of the workshops we've done together. Okay, so what's the first offer? The first offer worth considering, like a premium offer, which means give me X, give me £10, and I will give you my book plus a PDF on how to deal with Candida. Okay, so give me X and I will give you Y and Z. Okay, an example, give me 897, I will give you the video course plus the Q&A plus one-to-one with me and the templates for the website. On top of that, I will give you a special bonus on how to deal with a complex case. Okay, so it's essentially I give you money, you give me this back plus something else. Okay, so these are all in order of how good they are. Okay, so the premium will be inferior to a risk reversal. What's a risk reversal? I will give me X and I will give you Y, and if you don't like it, I will give you your money back. Okay, simple. Like give me 897, I will give you the video course plus all of everything. And if you don't like it, you have 30 days guarantee to get your money back. If you don't like it on day 21, you send me an email and I will refund everything that needs to be refunded. Okay. Then we have delayed billing. Okay. Again, this is better than risk reversal. This book costs $X, but I don't want your money now. Instead, I'd like you to try it for 20 days. And if you don't do anything, I will bill you then. So an example could be this course costs $897. I don't want your money now. Instead, I would like you to try for 15 days and then I will bill you. If you don't like it, just tell me and I won't bill you at all. Okay, very, very powerful. Delayed billing is very, very powerful. Now, obviously, you need to find what works for your business. And I really suggest if you haven't done that before, do the whole workshop. It's like about 5.5 hours, but it's really, really valuable. Next, delayed billing with risk reversal. The book costs X dollars and don't want the money now. Instead, try it for 20 days. And if you don't do anything, I will bill you. If you don't like, you still have like a month essentially to try it. Okay. The best offer though would be delayed billing with a premium offer. Okay, let me read it for you so it becomes like super easy. Okay, this book is normally $10. And I don't want you to pay for it today. Try it for 30 days. If you decide you don't like it, you won't be billed and you will be able to keep the book anyway. And I will also give you the 5 bonuses that I told you about. In any case, if you don't buy, you can keep the book and the bonuses too. Obviously, this one here is a no-brainer, right? Like whether you decide to pay me or not, you're going to keep everything. Obviously, it's much simpler to do something like that if you have just an online video course where there are no expenses on your part. But if you have like something more like time consuming as a health consultation, you need to consider what works for you. Okay. And again, I don't want to go through everything right now. Go and watch the bonus to have all of the details regarding the types of offers and what to do. Okay. Now, another important part of copy that I want to discuss with you are price bumps. Because price bumps are an excellent way to improve your earnings and your offer. Essentially, a price bump is where you try to upsell something to someone who's already buying your product. Okay, so they're already hot enough to buy from you, so you try to upsell something. Really, really easy, and it's very easy to do with the platform we use, Seguimi. Okay, let's say when they press the payment button, a price bump comes out, and it's like, do you want to add this to your purchase? And they usually have around 10 to 20% like conversion, in the sense that you normally are able to make like a bit more money with this in about 10 to 20% of the cases, depending how good is the offer and how good is the price bump. Let me give you an example. So someone buys a health consultation from you from $167. That's one consultation. When the client is paying and they start to see the page that says special offer, add a follow-up appointment on a great discount for only $57. So now this client here was buying $167. They buy the price bump, so they buy $167 plus $57. Congratulations, you just made $57 with a price bump. And they can decide to take it or not, but it's good to have one or two. Okay, very simple. It can be done like just follow the instruction on Seguimi on how to do it. Super, super easy. Okay, so if you have time and if you want, think about 2 possible price bumps for your offer. Okay, it's not compulsory, but they are nice to have. It's not needed when you start, but it's something worth considering for the future. So I remember when I used to have like 3 levels of my Candida consultation. And most people obviously were buying like what I used to call the silver offer, which was one consultation. And I was like very often like bumping the follow-up because it was useful, or sometimes I was trying to bump like also the whole like free consultations in one go. It's like you're buying one, why don't you buy the three of them with 30% off, so you get everything for like 30% off. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's something worth considering. Now let's go and discuss now all of the idea behind your copy. Because once you create content for your offer, for your product, we need to discuss what to talk about, right? Because it's really, really important to understand. Now, essentially, like, again, I'm going to say this once again. If you want the whole scenario, just go to the bonus section, because it will explain this even better. But essentially, this is what you want for your product. You want to think about the top 10 features for your product or service, okay? And I want you to list them in the order of importance for the client. Meaning, normally private stuff is more important than public stuff. Like private coaching is more important than group coaching. So you could go along the line of the idea of something like, if you book this course with me, you're going to have one-to-one consultation with Nick, weekly access to the group coaching, 8 video modules that you can watch in your own time. All the websites, all the explanation, everything that needs to be done to design your websites, and all of the templates for that. The ultimate sales scripts, blah, 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 blah. These are all the features for my course. Okay, so ideally, this is what I want you to be. I want you to write down the 10 features of your offer. I mean, granted, if you don't have 10, make 5. Okay, so ideally, we normally tend to do like 10, of which you pick 2 as bonuses. So you have 10 features, you have 8 main features plus 2 bonuses. Or if you don't have enough, because it's possible you don't have enough, you may do like 5, of which you make 4 plus 1. Now, obviously, normally you don't want to pick in the top 3 the most important one for a bonus. Okay, make the top 3 as the amazing offer. So go back to my course. Obviously, what do people want? They want the one-to-one. So that's step 1. They want the group coaching, so they have support and accountability all the time. And then they want, obviously, the explanation for the course, right? Which are the video lectures. These ones here are part of the primary offer. They are not part of the bonuses, okay? So at the end of this exercise, essentially, I would like you to have the best 8 features for your product, plus the 2 bonuses. Again, if you want to do the exercise together with the other team members, you can do it in the bonus section, which is there is the whole exercise. But I would like you to stop for a moment right now and really write down, if you have 10 features for your product, and also have among those 10, select 2 as bonuses. Okay, and I would suggest you to do that, and then come to one of the group coaching sessions and share it with me and ask me for some feedback. Okay, so I can help you to put them in the right order. Okay, so ideally do this exercise here, have them ready, then come to one of the Q&As, you ask me the question, and I can help you with that to put them in the right order. Okay, now once you have your list, the next part of the exercise I want you to do is, like, for each feature of the list, list like a couple of benefits, 1 or 2 if there are, obviously, for the client about that feature. Now the benefits needs to be for the client, not for you. Okay, so example, feature 1 of your consultation: extensive and thorough case taking, one-to-one consultation with the client. Okay, so this is the first step. You're giving them the one-to-one. What are the benefits? Well, we will go through all of your medical issues to try and find the real triggers and real risk factor related to your health condition. By removing the triggers, and the condition will not come back. Second benefit, you will have plenty of time to discuss your symptoms, your situations, and your expectation. No more rushed appointment where the therapist doesn't listen to you. I will take my time to listen to anything you need to discuss with me. Okay, so stop the video now, or if you want to do it in the bonus, just keep watching this video here and then do it in the bonus as a workshop. But essentially what I would like you to have is like either 10 features in which you take 8 as core features of the product plus 2 bonuses, or if you don't have, you do like 5 in which you do 4 core plus 1, or a combination of that. If you have like 7, you do like 7 plus 1. If you have like 9, you can do like 7 plus 2. Okay, so do it in the way you want, and make sure for each feature try to list some possible benefits for the client. So what will the client get out of having that specific feature? Okay, what will the client get from having weekly group coaching? Well, they will get like support and accountability and the possibility of asking questions to be guided directly to the next stage, the next thing that they need to do. Okay, so unless you want to do the bonus, please stop the video now and do this part here. Very, very important, because it's needed for your copy. Okay, so repeat the exercise. 8 features, 2 bonuses, 1 or 2 benefits for each of the feature and the bonuses. Okay, example. The ultimate sales script and objection handling tools to transform your taster call into real sales. This is a feature, it's not a benefit. What is the benefit? Well, you can save time with your introductory call. It can help you because most sales in health require a human contact in most cases. So it's much easier to sell health when you talk to someone, and needed because you will know what to say when someone objects. Okay, so proceed with yours, and I will add some. I will add my offer in the downloadable part of this part here. So let me show you where you're going to find it. So this is where this is module A, the basic course copyrighted. This is where you will find the video I'm recording right now, and you will scroll down here. You just need to click it, and you will be able to download all the things that you need, essentially. Okay, so if there is anything you need, you will be able to find it right there. Now, when you write copywriting, an important part is, as much as you can, use like bullet points, because they really make everything like very easy to understand. Okay, so if you're describing like a story on how I don't know, like learning about micro needling changed your life with acne, so you can put some bullet points. With micro needling, you can, and that bullet point 1, reduce the appearance of acne scars to up to 90% improvement. Step 2, with microneedling, you can actually boost your collagen production, and this is going to make your skin look younger. Step 3, with microneedling, you can actually work on pigmentation, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Whenever possible, make sure that every article, every blog post, every like description of your video, every sales letter, every ad will have some bullet points. Okay? Very, very important. Please do not forget about bullet points. In 8B, I will go through once again some tips on how to create good copy, but for now, remember, so put a note, like a checklist, like, do I have some bullet points? If the answer is no, try to get some of them. Now I'm gonna go through some blueprints and frameworks you can use for your copywriting. Okay, now I will now share with you some step-by-step formulas to use as blueprint to create your posts, videos, and podcast. Okay, now very important, please do not create content which does not follow these guidelines. You will be wasting your time. Go on Facebook and see how many of your colleagues are producing content that doesn't follow these guidelines, and see how many are essentially just wasting their time. That's what they're doing, time waster. Okay, so the first blueprints are designed for YouTube, podcast, Instagram, and Facebook. So they are like for more cold/warm audience. Okay, they are for people who don't really know too much about you, and the last one is only when the client is already warmer. Okay, so obviously you can't really give like a 1-hour speech to someone who is like still a cold client. They don't know you, they don't know what you have to offer. It's a bit too much. Okay, so the more they watch your content, the more they become like warmer towards the idea of your offer, towards what you have to say, towards you as a person. Okay, so use essentially all of the first blueprints when you produce the content for your YouTube channel, your podcast, your Instagram, your Facebook. Okay, the last one only when you create like a webinar for people to opt in, or for people who are already your follower, or they like your products. Okay, so let me show you example. From here, you all these on cold clients. You can still use them on warmer clients. I wouldn't use them on a client who's hot, ready to buy. With that client, I will use this one here. Okay, so now I will go through them, but this is important to understand. Okay, so from now you can use from like you go on YouTube, you put like some content, people don't know anything about you, they find you like randomly. This is good. It can be used if you have already like a Facebook community, but they're not yet buying from you, you can still use them. But if someone is already like asking you how much is the price, what do I want to do, and you want to send them like a webinar to answer all of their questions and get them more excited, then use the one for the warmer audience. Now let's begin right now, and I also have a story to download, so you can find it later. I will show you in a moment, but this is like the framework to use when essentially creating like a story about a product or a service. And stories are really powerful because they can really help you to sell something, because like as humans we really like stories. Okay, so it's not in 5 steps. Let me go through with you what to do. So step 1, so you need to write in step 1 about what they're going through plus the desire. Okay, what does it mean? So at the beginning of the story, you need to talk about their pain and their desire to change all of the other situation. Okay, so let's say you wanted to like, let's say you're a doctor, but you also believe in like chakra healing, very similar to what I do. So you would start like building like the argument to embrace like something which is considered a lot by more woo-woo people. Okay, so and you start like so many other scientists, I feel frustrated and recognized and appreciated and overworked. I felt frustrated and miserable. I wanted to have the respect of my peers, and I wanted to find freedom to find scientific breakthroughs and help others. It is this familiar for you? Let me tell you my story. So in this scenario here, what am I saying? Well, I'm talking to like other scientists who are trying to find a better way, which is just like Western medicine, to deal with their situation, scientists or therapists. Okay, and I'm trying to share with them essentially my story. Okay, so you start the story with the pain that they're going through and the desire that they have to improve. Later I have an example for you to download. Okay, so step 2 is called I try lots of things but nothing worked. So I tried to improve my situation and went through therapy, but nothing really helped me, and things started to be so bad that I decided to try to give up or try something new. So this could be for someone with let's say anxiety. Okay, so let's say you're talking to someone with anxiety, and step 2 could be, well, you know, like I also suffer from anxiety, and I went through like different kind of therapies. I tried NLP, I tried like psychology, and I tried like psychotherapy, and nothing was working. And it was really about the point either to give up and really like break up with my girlfriend and really like go and live in like I don't know, like Canary Island, or try something new. Okay, and the trying something new is the step 3, called the decision and the discovery. I was miserable that I reached the breaking point. I didn't know what to do anymore, and I needed one final boost. This is where I finally discovered the value of the internet marketing. All of my challenges and frustration were explained in a simple, logical way. I was able to see why I was failing with my titles, why my ads were flunking, and what to do about it. Suddenly, everything was starting to make sense once and for all. So this is me talking when I started to learn internet marketing. Okay, so I took the decision to actually be successful. I started to study internet marketing, which they gave me the boost. I started to sell books. I started to be successful. Everything started to work in a beautiful way. Okay, so as you can see, simply you're describing the hero's journey. Like you're struggling. Like think about like Luke Skywalker. At the beginning, they're struggling, and it's not working. There is the evil empire, and then they meet Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is like the old mentor. They decide to become a Jedi, and how do you discover the Force and get it to the next stage. Okay, Step 4 is the today. Okay, what is the today? The happy ending. Okay, so you describe how is the situation right now. This is where everything changed. I'm now a 7 times best-selling author, and I have generated passive income, and it means I can work anywhere on the planet without the need to be linked to a specific place any longer. I have created a program for where 15 people are already like joining. There is no stress anymore, much more freedom, and the possibility of having a positive impact on a lot of people. This is where you end the story with where you are right now. So I started to learn about migraines, and I started to solve the problem for my clients. Now I help like 10 clients. I don't say like 10, like say I help like several clients, and everyone is improving, and I really see the fruit of my labor on the work that I'm putting with these kind of people. Boom, done. Step 5, that's when you can start pitching. So should you want to learn more about my Ultimate Migraine program, click the link in the video description. By clicking the link, you will access a special training. In that special training, I will teach you the top 5 things to do when you're suffering from migraine, blah, 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 blah. Or you can start to pitch directly. So if you want to be like me, click the link down below, buy the health consultation where I will teach you, buy the marketing consultation where I will teach you how to be successful as an internet marketer in the health niche. Boom. Okay. Now, once again, if you want a clear example in health, you will find it in here. Copy story example. So you click here. Let me see if I can do that for you. So you click here, and essentially it's going to open this is what I wrote essentially this part here for Candida to use on my Facebook or my YouTube. And you can go through all of that, and it's essentially the same formula. It's me going through all of the different scenarios, create it for yourself, very, very powerful, and in the end, I am pitching like click the link or whatever I want to pitch in that specific scenario, okay? So you can find the story to take inspiration from, and you will see that it goes through all of these steps here. Next one is the framework for pitching your offer. So you can use this as a story advertisement. You can use this as a sales letter structure. Okay. So you start with a headline with a cliffhanger. A cliffhanger is when you start to explain something but you don't finish like the story right away. Then you go to your intro. The intro is like, who is this for? Who is this not for? Okay. Then you explain your backstory. So why are you here? Why are you discussing this? What is the link between you and the product you will sell? Then you do the discovery. This is where you introduce your offer. So how you got into the offer, how you reached the specific point. Then you discuss the benefits, the results of the offer that you're selling them. And then you have the call to action, which is buy this stuff now. Okay, you ask them to buy this stuff now. And again, you can find an example of this in here. So it's called copy structure examples. You can find in here. I call them and put them in the order exactly in the right way. Okay, so this one was the story advertisement or the sales letter. This is the story. So you start with the headline: how to book more nutritional consultation without spending a fortune in advertising. And then we do the intro. Unless you are a nutrition professional looking to book new clients without the obnoxious price of advertising, read this. Okay, here I'm saying who is this for, who is this not for. Okay. Backstory, I go through like the misery that I want to go through, blah, 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 blah. I share essentially my story, which needs to be similar to theirs. I talk about my challenges and their challenges. Discovery, step 1, you see it's similar to what I explained before. This is when things started to change for me, when I realized the most important truth for a nutritional therapist, not therapy, something so simple yet so powerful that really blew my mind, blah, 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 blah. This is when I'm saying being good is not enough, you need to be great. And again, you can find this document here and go through everything. So in this step here, I share my suffering, going through all of the mistakes I made when learning how to become a great therapist, and explain to them the 2 main points, which we were discussing at the beginning. Okay, remember, you come out with a headline, and then you need to deliver. Okay, you deliver here in the discovery part. Then we go to the benefits and the results of the offer. Fast forward 4 years down the line, I wrote my first Candida best-selling book, blah, 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 series of that, recorded 250 videos, and now I'm the Candida guru. of the word and no one can stop me. Okay, so, and this is where I can start to discuss my program. This is because back in 2020 I started to codify my journey into a program called Therapy Mastery Program. This is a program designed to help nutritionists, and this is where essentially I list my irresistible offer with my 10 feature plus the 2 bonuses, normally 8 plus 2 in your case. So that's why I told you to do that before, because this is important for the next part. Finally, the call to action, step 5, or whatever it is. And this is why I'm inviting you to join my program. Just click the link down below to access my program. You can actually keep it like this. And this is why I'm inviting you, blah, 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 blah. And then you explain the program, you explain your offer, you explain how it works. Just click the link down below to join. It's easy, safe, and secure. Okay? This is, again, you can find all of these very, very simply copy structure example. And it is the first example of all of them. You will see they are all in order. Let me go back here. The next one is the how-to advertisement or letter pitch. Okay, again, this is also fairly important. You start with a headline plus an introduction. Okay, and so it could be something along the lines, something like how to get all the clients that you want. Most coaches are good in getting the results, but most of them struggle to get clients to come to them. Here is a great approach to have clients to come to you. Read this to sign up with you. Okay, essentially it goes like this. Okay, first step is the headline. Step 2 is a yeah about how statement. Okay, so this is where you explain everything in anticipation. Yeah, but how do I do that? Well, I ask myself the same question, and you give them like essentially like a 30,000 view formula, from the top, and you explain to them the most important aspects. I will give you an example in a moment. Then you go to step 3, which is the useful big picture. This is where you essentially explain to them what you said in the headline. And then you do the call to action. This is where you give like a beautiful explanation. Let me show you so you know exactly, and then you can find that. Okay, so 3 simple yet tested ways to get rid of the candida die-off. That's the headline. Okay, and then I start the intro. You're sick and tired of your thrush, all the itching, the discharge, the brain fog, the feeling dirty down there. It is exhausting and frankly unfair having to deal with your candida. So when you finally decided to do something about it and you start your perfect candida diet, something even worse happened, the dreaded die-off. And now you're not only struggling in the genital area, but you're also nauseous with headaches and chill. Perfect. Okay, so this is my intro. I'm really making them believe I am with them. Okay, then the yeah, but phrase. But what if I told you that you didn't have to be like that? What if there was a way to reduce or even eliminate the awful candida die-off? The candida die-off doesn't need to limit your life and your journey towards health. Let me teach you how. So this is how we introduce with yeah, but into the useful big picture. Now, in the useful big picture, I'm going to tell them the 3 things that I told them that I will teach them in to get rid of the die-off. I'm actually delivering them good results. Okay, I will teach them how to support the liver, the elimination process. I will be helping them for real. Again, download the file if you want to read exactly what I've written. Final step is my call to action, which goes, can you see now the importance of a step-by-step approach when it comes to dealing with thrush and candida? This is why I'm inviting you to give me a call and discuss your candida, blah, 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 blah. And then you go through all of my explanations. Okay, so this is for the second one. Third one, also very important, and again, this is for people who are very contrarian, the kind of people, yeah, I don't know, I read that, and I read that paleo is bad for me, blah, 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 blah. So start with a counterintuitive statement or a headline or a question. Then you do the expand part, you do the big picture, and the call to action. And once again, this explanation here is still in the copy structure example, and it is the third one here. You see, this is the same thing. So counterintuitive statement, headline, question. So mine could be 5 reasons why posting pictures on Instagram is badly hurting your nutrition career. This is something everybody does. They post these garbage like pictures on Instagram expecting results, and they book essentially nothing, and they spend like 2 hours per day just to take a picture for absolute nothing. And then I expand on the pain or what I discussed in the headline. Okay, If you spend some of your time on health and fitness part of Instagram, you surely notice that lots of your friends are posting pictures of their workouts, their meals, the dietary tips in order to get more clients. This is unfortunately the last thing that you should be doing, and if you continue with this practice, you might end up damaging your nutrition career permanently. Let me explain you why. Okay, here I'm doing something which could be controversial, something which could be different than what normally do, and then I introduce and expand on the idea. Now I give them the picture, now I explain to them why it's damaging to them. But before I do that, let me ask you a question. How successful are your friends in finding the client by using the Instagram picture method? No, don't think about the famous one. Think about the ones you actually know, your ex-classmates or friends. So here I'm pushing on the pain, okay? And here I proceed in explaining why this is hurting their brand and the 5 reasons why this is a silly move, which was what I said in here, okay? So I explain to them, I actually give them valuable content. And then we go to the call to action, okay? And in the call to action, so I start like this. If posting on Instagram is damaging your business, what should you do then? Let me help you with that. Just click the link down below to access my free training on the 7 vital steps to take to launch your nutrition business the right way. Just take the right action daily to avoid wasting time and grow the number of paying clients within the first 21 days. Click down below, it's free. You see, I'm following the same structure and I'm essentially doing everything following this one here, okay? Again, so find all of these elements here to get inspiration from. It's called copy structure example. Now, let me go to the next stage before I go to the other one. Now, let me be another important point. So copywriting and advertising is all about testing, okay? You will use copy in your advertisements, okay? And you need to write copy or record copy should you want to do something video or audio. You need to show it to your public, so you need to try it, get the feedback. So how many strategy sessions am I getting out of this advertisement here with this copy? How many sales am I making? Okay, that's the feedback that you need. Strategy session and sales. These are the 2 important ones. Improve it or change it based on the feedback. You produce some more content, you spend some money on it, and you see how it works. This is what everybody does. So you produce like a new ad using the rules of copywriting. So let's say you want to use this one here. You produce like something like that. You put like £100 or $100 on that. You try it on Facebook. Is it working or not? If it's not generating anything, it might not be working. Boom, you try another one, like invest £100 and you try again until you find something that works, okay? So follow obviously what I taught you in module 7 about the ads, but just do it in this way here. Now let me give you one more framework to use only on warmer clients. So don't use this because it's too long with someone who is just essentially looking at your product right now for the first time, because it could be a bit too much for them, okay? So just use it on someone who is already warm, someone who's already signed up with you, someone who's already in your Facebook group, someone who knows you and likes what you have to offer. Okay, so I was saying, let's now discuss the framework to use only on warmer clients, okay? And I will give you some examples as well, okay? So when would you use that? You can use that for a longer sales letter or a direct to offer webinar. So like a longer sales letter could be, let's say you send like 5 emails to your clients about some tips and you have them. And then finally in email number 6 or email number 5, if you want, you sell them a proper sales letter, which is a long piece of content which can really help you make your case and sell it to them, okay? Now, I also left you an example here. I like to do it through webinars, okay? So you just click here and you will find like a Candida webinar, which you can use. I gave you like the whole what's the name of this PowerPoint, so you can like just change what I put in here, okay? So this is essentially the presentation going through everything, and it goes to all the way to the sale, okay? So it goes through all of the steps. You can just copy mine if you want. Obviously you need to change the pricing, you will need to change the parts inside, but I think it's still important for you to understand how and why this is done in a certain way, okay? So step one of creating like content like this, either like a long sales letter or a direct to offer webinar, is a headline, the most important one. A bad headline means no one will read the rest, or no one will watch the rest of the webinar. Okay, I'll give you some formulas plus some other headlines. Okay, 3 different ones could be how to yay without boo. So how to sell high ticket consultation even if no one have heard of you before. Okay, or how to sell nutritional consultation without advertising, anything like that. Okay, type 2, free whatever reveals how to do why. Okay, so free ebook reveals how to create internet campaign that sell. Okay, the first step could be referred directly to read this. So if you have trouble sleeping, please read this, or read this if you want to take good pictures. Okay, you use the word like read this related to your market. Okay, read this if you are struggling with thrush and fungal infections. Okay, very, very easy. Let me give you some other ones here, and obviously you will be able to download the slides. Actually, I tell you what I will do with that. I will put the slides, these slides that I'm showing you right now, under here, so you can have them in a very simple way. And then I will create like also like a further element where you can download the slides in general. But I'm just gonna put the slides here so it could be easier for you to find them. Let me give you some more headlines. A large number of ways to achieve an outcome. Okay, and an example, 11 ways to advertise your nutritional package on social media. Okay, next, number of proven actions or ways to achieve a desired outcome. Okay, you just follow the formula. An example, 3 proven steps to avoid a candida die-off. Fair and simple, right? These are all good headlines. Number of mistakes most people make when with a common action that people do all the time. So 7 common mistakes people make when starting a candida diet. Okay. 4, how company or name of a person got results in time frame. Okay. So example, how Magda sold 3 acne packages in 21 days without advertising. Boom. Beautiful. So if you want to sell like acne packages, you'll be like, oh, how did she do that? Okay. So Magda will open this. Okay. Next one. Are you? And then you add a provocative question. One of my favorite ones that I get people to listen to the podcast a lot. Are you still posting pictures on Instagram? Really? Just like to piss them off. Like they're doing that. All of them, they do that all the time. And this is just to piss them off and to have them open the blog post, the video, or the webinar, whatever it is. Okay. Next in our list, person did something unusual they didn't normally do, and this is what happened. Jane posted 1 video per day for 12 days. Here is what happened. I use Jane because she doesn't want to post the videos. Okay, here's what happened. Okay. Now, next, how a seemingly inconsequential action can lead to undesirable result. Example, how doing daily yoga can lead you to losing your confidence. And then obviously, this is more for contrarian people, and I will explain to them what's working, why is it working like that, and everything. Okay. Finally, can you find the problem with, and then you explain with this. Okay. Can you find the problem with posting daily pictures of your breakfast? Goes back to the same picture. Okay. So these are some headlines. You can use just use a combination of these ones and these ones. That's more than enough. You don't need like 50 different types of headlines. These are the ones that I have seen working in the healthcare marketing the best. So let me go to the next one. Step 2 is your opening statement. So it is important to keep the ball rolling. Okay, there is a formula which goes, if you want yay, if you want like something they want, then this. And then you go, here is why. Okay, if you want new nutrition client, then this is the most important video you will ever hear. Here is why. Or if you like to create your nutritionist brand without the hassle, this is the most important video for you. Here is why. Okay, so you tell them like something that they want to achieve, and then you tell them here is why, and then you start to explain why that is the case. Step 3, which sometimes you can skip depending how skeptic is your public, but step 3 is normally addressing the skepticism. Okay, You're essentially qualifying your clients here and address a potential doubt in their mind. It's like, yeah, but you know, I know that the Candida diets, they don't work. I tried 3 of them, they don't work. Okay, so I need to address that in their mind. Okay, so the formula is normally is like this. But first, I need to tell you something very important. This is not for everybody. So an example could be, but first I need to tell you something very important. This is not for everybody. There's a catch. If you're looking for a way to find clients without doing nothing, with no commitment on your part, or trying to become the next health influencer, this is not for you, because I don't want anyone in my program who's trying to become like the next 1 million followers on Instagram, because they're not going to do it. Okay. Now, the address skepticism, 1 or 2 sentences. It doesn't have to be too long. If your public is not very skeptic, you can go to step 4 in a easier way. Okay. So, which is the core of the videos and the post. Okay. This is the moment where you deliver your content. You explain how to do the original promise. So no need to make this too long, but it must be valuable. Let me go back here. So let me go to this one here. If you want new nutrition client, then this is the most important video you will ever hear, you will ever see. Here is why. You could already go directly on here. You deliver your content, you make it like really, really beautiful for them. Now, let me explain to you most of the time why people will not buy from you. Okay, so this is something you need to show in your presentations, in your content, in your sales call all the time. These are the five crucial steps for people to buy from you. Okay, you need to show them these 5 all the time. First, I'm going to with me. Nick can help him, and he knows what he is doing. So obviously, if you join this course here, you did it because you believe that I can help you, and I know like what needs to be learned about the marketing. Okay. Step 2, very important. Nick wants to help me. So they need to genuinely feel you're not just there for their money, but you want to help them being successful. Or you want to help them to solve their migraine or whatever. Step 3, Nick is a good person, because no one wants to buy if they believe you're like evil. This is true for most niches. It might not be fully true in how to make money niche, but in most health niches, I mean, no one is going to give you like, I don't know, $300 to solve their migraine if they believe that you are an evil person. Okay, so they show you're a good person willing to help them. And how do you do that? You help them for free. That's what you do in step 4. You actually help them. That's why I say it needs to be valuable. Step 4, I trust Nick. So they need to trust your expertise. And normally when you deliver like a good step 4, they will trust you, because how can they not trust you when you deliver something that can literally help them in the way they want to be helped? Okay, that's so powerful. Sorry, let me go back here. And this is very important. I can do this. So through your presentation, you need to answer the crippling doubt in their mind. Can I, person X, do that? I believe you can, Nick. I believe Magda can, but I don't believe me. Say my name is Jonathan. I don't believe me I can do it. Okay, so you need to use case studies, you need to use testimonials to show that every different kind of people from walks of life, they can do that. You can actually address that. Well, listen, in my course I have people in their 50s and they can absolutely design their websites in less than 2 hours. So if they can do it, why can't you do it? They don't have any special power that you don't. Okay, very important. So always remember that if you want to really generate sales, these are all important aspects to remember. Okay, super important aspects to remember. Now the core, like I've already discussed that, and let me go to the next part here. So after you deliver their content, you can go to the formula. Okay, so you can explain to them exactly what you have to offer. Okay, so let's say you have just delivered like the best possible presentation in step 4. Now you're entitled to pitch. This is when you start to pitch the formula. Okay, so you use this formula here. With that said, let me jump directly into sharing what I'm offering you, what you're getting with this program. Let me offer you what you get that. Okay, and here you explain the offer and expand on the offer, and you use bullet points. Important, use them. Okay, more bullet points, it looks cool and it's super nice. More bullet points usually give you better results in terms of sales. Let me show you I will show you actually this back in a moment. See, this is where I use them. You sub with the promo code, you get 1 initial consultation, your anti-candida diet, Facebook group, weekly Q&A, follow-up appointment, bonus 1 and bonus 2. Very simple to be seen. Okay, so later in a moment I will go through this with you as well, because why not? Today I want to do like something extremely powerful for you. Continuation of step 5 is the bullet points. So how do you write the bullet points? Like this: the absolute fastest way to get a new client. So the absolute fastest way. So if you buy my product, you're going to get the absolute fastest way to deal with migraine. Or you can go, you need X, right, wrong, and then you position yourself contrary to what most people say. So you think you need to post pictures on Instagram to build your brand, wrong. Learn how Instagram can actually kill your business. Another good bullet points could be X ways to do Y, 5 ways to lose weight, 3 foolproof ways to find your first 5 nutrition clients. Okay. Another like formula for the bullet points could be where to find Y, where to find the right knowledge to defeat Candida, how to eliminate X, how to eliminate the fear about being paid properly. Okay, these are all parts of your offer, of what you are selling them. Okay, very important. What you should never do, what not to do to attract new health clients. It's important. Try to put always like something on not to do. Okay, so in my program, what not to do when dealing with the Candida die-off, as an example, and something like the truth about spamming your personal Facebook with offers. These you can always use for your bullet points. Step 6, you will introduce your bonuses. So, and the formula is like, yes, these are all great tool services for you, but it gets even better. So you hype your offer and you go with the word even better. Yeah, those are useful tools for you build your nutrition business, but it gets even better because you're also getting, and then you present the bonuses. You put great emphasis in selling the bonuses. Even if something is a bonus, hype that up. Make sure they get excited about the bonus. Make sure that they look at that and they're like, oh my God, like this is so absolutely beautiful. Okay, so really, 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 really powerful stuff. Really, really powerful stuff. Step 7 is the call to action. This is where we will tell them what to do in order to buy our product and book the strategy session. And the formula for the transition here goes like this. Here is what to do next. You disclose the price and tell them what to do. Explain in detail what will happen after they have joined. Let me give you an example. Just click the link to your right and access the amazing offer for my course at $897 with a 50% discount. As soon as you place your order, you will receive an email with the details to join the videos, and you will also be sent to a page where you can click and join the dedicated Facebook group. Very, very simple. So you tell them where to go to pay, put the details, and what will happen after. Because people are stupid and they are afraid of... No, not stupid. That's not correct. People are afraid of what they don't understand. Okay? So, like, tell them exactly what needs to be done. Address the concern, obviously, and the main concerns are about price, self-doubt. Can I do it? Will this work for me? Is it a trick? Are you scamming me? Should I do it now or should I wait? Guide them through the process. I will show you with my slides in a moment. Add and give them a reason to buy now. So add scarcity, and you need to explain in the copy why you're doing that for a limited amount of time. So make sure that you try to sell now, not in a week from now. If you don't buy now, well, that's problematic. Okay, so this offer will be available only for 48 hours. After that time, I will finalize the course and the price will go back to $1,700. This is a special offer because I'm launching the product and it is time sensitive. Okay, so then to close, you go to the closing steps. The next, you offer the guarantee, or you offer like the delayed billing if you want to do it. It's not, you don't need to do it, but it would be better to have it. So you can say, and all of this comes with a clear, no question asked guarantee for 30 days. Try the course, and if you don't like it, just send me an email and I will refund you right away. Or try the course for free for 21 days, and if you don't like it, I will never even charge you. Just tell me and you just click off and nothing will happen. Next step, your call to action again. Remind them one more time to click the link to buy. And this could be used in a sales letter, a bit less in a webinar, but give them like a PS. Restate the offer and summarize everything and give them an email phone number for question. okay? Because some people might ask you some question, okay? Now, this is a salesy blueprint designed to be used in long sales letter or direct to offer webinar. Use this when the client is already warmer, not as a first post or video. You don't need to follow this old blueprint to make them everything. Like in some cases, in your case, since they will book the strategy session with you, you will do this in the call. If you look at the sales script I've given you, it works exactly like this, okay? But if you wanted to sell directly, you have to use this kind of formula. So let's say that Magdalena goes on Facebook and she's on YouTube, she posts a video, and in that video she explains what to do with acne, and then she says, as a call to action in the original YouTube video, click the link down below to access my webinar to learn about the top 5 things to be doing when dealing with acne scars and what are the 3 products to avoid like the plague. And so click the link down below to do that. And she could use this formula here to sell directly. Now let me share with you now this done in action that makes everything so much simpler, okay? So copy webinar example is the one that you click here, and it's going to open up this document here, okay? So this is mine. I mean, you can, as I said, you can download it, you can copy it, you can do what you want, okay? It goes through essentially all of the steps I told you before. The most important part I wanted to explain to you, you see, these are my bullet points to hype the presentation. The new way to deal with the Candida die off, how to unlock the crucial 7 steps to start to counter the die off today, and how to avoid the beginner's death trap when it comes to the die off. These are my they're like number points, but these are like essentially my bullet points here, okay? So this is where I qualify my client. Is this for you or not? Okay, so I want that they're currently struggling with the terrible Candida symptoms, because they're not gonna buy from me right now, and it's pointless. It's pointless, okay? So if you're not currently, by all means, you can still watch the webinar, but they're not gonna buy from me, okay? Again, bullet points here. This is where I deliver the content, but the part that I wanted to show you the most was this part here, okay? Now, here I will finish to really help them, and essentially so here I stop like really helping them, okay? So this is the part where I really help them, and now I need to really destroy 2 things that people struggle the most with, which are taking action, meaning I will do it myself or I will do it later, okay? It's like I'm not gonna buy after the webinar because I will buy in a month time, and then they will never buy most of the time, or they think they can do everything on their own. And it's very important for me to destroy this situation here. Okay, let me read it for you. You need to realize that things in health very rarely improve on their own, and it's even rarer when it comes to a chronic health condition like Candida. So I want to make sure that they don't just watch the webinar and they do nothing about it. Let's be very clear. What you're experiencing right now won't probably go away on its own. The itching, the discharge, the mental fatigue are here to stay if you don't act. I'm seeding for them to start acting. And then I go even deeper. The 2 destroyers of dreams are I will do it later and I don't need any guidance. Why? Well, if you say and if you think I can do this myself, so why are you not doing it? How exactly are you going to get this sorted if you tried what you tried so far has not worked? Why do you still have Candida? So if you can do it yourself, why do you still have Candida? How long have you had Candida for? You see here, I'm guiding them through question and be like, don't try to lie to yourself about the idea of you can do this yourself, because you can't. Because you can't, okay? So it's very, very important for them to understand. Next, so when are you exactly going to do this, okay? Because this is answering, I will do it later. I will book in a week. I will book in 2 months. How many years have passed with this excuse? How long will it take for you to solve the problem? When enough is enough? I'm really getting them to buy from me right now. And they could even go, how much do you want to take more of the itching in the genital area? How difficult it needs to be for you when you deal with your partner and you can't have intercourse because it's too painful and too itchy? Are you not sick and tired of that scenario? Okay? And that's when I'm going to the offer. This is why I'm inviting you into the program. Okay? So let me go here in what I wanted to show you about here. So here I'm going through all of my offer. I mean, like, you can watch it yourself. It's not important. What is important that I want to discuss with you here is this scenario here. Very important. I really like to do that. It works really, really well. Okay. So normally slash down the price. So I guess the next question in your mind would be about the price. The regular price of the program is $897. But for you watching this webinar, there will be a special discount with a coupon code. In this case here, using a coupon code, I think I'm going to change it, and I would just like put the checkout page directly, because the coupon code makes it harder. Like, it's another step, and I think it's not worth it. So it's going to be only $497 or free payments of $179. No risk. See, I'm putting here the guarantee. You have 30 days to try. If you don't like it, just let me know, and I will pay you back. Or I could do it in a different way. Let me show you, like, one thing I want to do with our course. I want to show you the checkout here of our course. So have a look how it works here. So special offer. This is after a webinar, $1,147. Regular price $197. And here you see, like, 6 payments of after the 21st free trial. So, like, I did not put it here. Let me do it here. Okay, free for 21 days, then 1,047 every month during 1 month. Okay, so essentially they see that it's free, and I will they will need to pay me only after 21 days. For 21 days they have everything for free. I will actually show you in the I have it, I believe, in the UK checkout. It's correct, probably. Let's see. No, this is not the one I wanted. Which one is the one I want? I have so many funnels. Setup practice check. I believe this is the one. Let me show you if it is the case. Yeah, this one I did it correctly. I need to fix the other one. So free for 21 days, then $829 every month during 1 month. Okay, or free for 21 days, then $149 every month for the next 6 months. Okay, so very similar, very similar. Here I'm giving a guarantee. There I'm doing the delayed billing. The delayed billing is better than the guarantee, because they don't pay anything, and here they pay you and you need to pay them back. So there could be the moment where is he or she going to pay me back. Okay, here I go through again the bullet points, what they're gonna get, the bonuses of everything. I'm restating the offer. Remember, the offer can be restated, and you restate again. Like the guarantee, you go back to the bonuses. Remember, you also get the bonuses, blah, 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 blah. Click the link down below. I do everything again. This is the special code for them to join. This is the offer. Once again, I repeat it for the 3rd time. I will even show them the checkout page. So I will even show them. So you put your name here. I can actually explain to them how to do that, and I will record like I'm doing right now and showing you. And then I think it's very important, leave an email for questions if they want to talk to you a bit more, because some people might watch this and then have some doubts, still something that they want to discuss, and that's fine. I mean, they can contact you. You can go to the strategy session. Some can buy directly, some will not. I'm also testing this to see if it's possible to do direct sale through the webinar, or if it's not. With Candida, I did it. Obviously, if you do the strategy session, it's going to be better. It's going to work, obviously, in a better way. Now, once again, I will share with you the these slides here. I will go and put them here. Okay, so this is where the video will be, the video I'm recording right now. And under here, I will also give you the slides. And that's enough for this long webinar. So I will see you in 8B, which is going to go through, again, other like subtleties and tricks and tips about copywriting. So I shall see you very, very soon.